fishies, your favorite news. Hey campers, Mary, George, back in the man cave, looking at more knives again. Fisherman, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Most of them were gifts, mail call, or I think from the show, you know, Eleville. Let's check him out. So we got the 5 knives, like I said. Can't remember any. I know. I'm old. Forgive me. But we have a bunch of fishermen and some pretty cool ones. And most of them don't need any work. They just are sharp and shiny already. But one, which I know I got from Eleville, needs some work. And there's one special one here. This one. I'll show you that in a bit. Thinking about a sheath for that, you know, the traditional fisherman knife. This one, I believe, is Imperial, right? No. This is a hammer brand. Why did I think this was Imperial? And here you see it. Yeah, look how clean it is. It's beautiful. Look at the cracked ice on the handle. Now, that should have been a giveaway for me, because now that I look at it, and I'm looking at the cracked ice, look at this. It is so thin, the material, that you can see the hole in the handle. See that? And that's for a different style that goes together on here. Now, this is obviously a clamshell, and it has the cracked ice, but it's an unusual cracked ice. Here's what I mean. Here's another one. Look at the difference. Okay? You see the difference? Much brighter, much thicker, deeper colors. This looks washed out. This is a hammer brand, and I just know this is an Imperial. Yeah, after guessing last time. There you go. See that? Now here's the interesting thing. If you look at these two tang stamps, they actually are from the same period, I believe, but I'm not sure. Here's the info on the Imperial, and here's the info on the hammer. Huh. Now, after having said that, well, let's look, see. Here is the Imperial, and like I said, you can see how different the cracked ice is. Now, this one's a little, the cracked ice is broken. What I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to put some super glue in there. A very little touch, just so that it doesn't start falling apart. And we'll have to give it a rub and make it a little smooth. And of course, it has the fish in it. Now, I have some like this already, but they are this size. See the difference? This is a big guy. Look how big it is in my hand. Same for this guy. Look at them. They're the big versions of the fish knife. Back to the Imperial, now that I've got you all confused. This is a blade and a tool, so you got two. Now, if you open it up, there is the knife there. Just a plain, long clip. California clip, Western clip, Yucatan, I don't know. There's so many names for this clip, I've given up. There's even A clip, B clip, standard clip, long clip, whatever clip. There's so many names these days, I've given up. And if you look at the nail nick, it's the long pull. Yeah. And of course, just the plain blade. Now, it has the tool. Look at that. You got your scaler here, you got your disgorger, hook remover, and you got your bottle opener. This is your typical fisherman. This one locks and it's just a blade. And if you look at them, they're pretty hard to see the differences. Just the blade, tool and blade. same size. Just look at the shape and everything. They even have cracked ice, although this is kind of what I would have to say is very watered down. Oh boy, Mary's getting all possessive over the fishing knives now. She has this thing where she feels she needs to lie on them. Don't know what that's about. Now here's another fisherman. Look at this guy. And it's a beast. It weighs a ton. Okay. Look at the size again. Now, same size. Right away you can see there's a difference. This one has a bail in it. It has the two blades. The handle's a little different and it says fish knife on it. Now, when I saw this, just looking at the handle is very familiar. Colonial, right? Yep, Colonial. You're going to have to look carefully because it says stainless Colonial. And then it says Providence, USA. See that? Here's the info here. You got a tank stamp. You got this. I know it's Colonial. When? I don't know. Now, to be honest, I haven't seen that tank stamp before. It's a little different to a lot of Colonial stuff. But, you know, they make so many knives and they've been around for a long time. They've changed their tank stamps and everything, but never ever kept records. But it has, the big difference is, has a bail, which between you and me, I kind of like. You know, I like to go ice fishing. And when you ice fish, if you drop something in the water, it's gone. Why? Because you got a hole this big, and if it goes in there, you got this much ice you got to reach through if you can see it. Probably not. So you drop something, it falls on the ice, slides like crazy, and I guarantee you can be 30 foot from the hole. You drop it, you bend over to pick it up, you kick it with your foot, and it slides all the way, bloop, into the hole. It guaranteed it'll find its way in the hole. Having this on a lanyard, neck lanyard, with the other stuff you need is great. Fish knife, Colonial, very cool. This one is a fish knife, fisherman's knife, right? And you might have seen this in the mail call we just had, and it's really unusual. It's more of a multi-tool Victorinox, I don't know what the style is you would call it, like a camper. The difference is, look at the blade, okay, spear point, and then it has, yep, can opener, right? Scissors, and they work if you saw the mail call. Disgorger, bottle opener, and a file. And it's not for your nails, it's for your sharpening your hooks. So, pretty cool fisherman with extras. And I thought about this for a while, and I thought, this one is the perfect ice fishing one. You've got your snips to cut your line. You've got a knife on it. You've got a sharpener. You've got a disgorger. You've got a really nice knife on there. And a can opener. Now, a lot of the times when we go on the ice, you're on the ice for the day. It's not like you can just wander off and go and get yourself some lunch if you get hungry. You bring everything with you on the ice, and you sit in your little ice house there and fish away. And you guys have probably seen me in my little one-man. The cool thing is we have heaters, and you can set the heater up. They have little accessories for it to make a little oven or stove. You use your heater as a stove, and you can cook on it. A lot of the guys will bring hot dogs or things like that, some buns, or even make coffee on it. Catch and cook as well. They'll do it on there. And I'm thinking about doing that this year. We'll see. Of course, I actually have to catch something I can cook. I can make a sheath for this guy. It's really a camper. I've probably got one that'll work, but I think I want to make one. And I just I got to think about how I want to make it. I think I want it to be traditional. I'm not going, my barrel sheath. It'll just be a traditional slip-in square style on the belt. It's been a busy day. It snowed for 2 days. Haven't been out. I had to spend the morning shoveling snow. Not only that, just to get the truck out, I had to do that. I'm tired. So what do you think? It's cold. You need to come in. What are you doing? Do you even know what you're doing? Then we have this guy, and I know this guy came from the knife show. If this was you, let me know in the thing below. Sorry. But as you can see, it's held together by rubber bands. And the reason for that is it's a clamshell. You can see it here. And if I let things go, the one clam comes off, this one stays on. But look at the clam shell. Look at that. It's a beautiful cover. Very cool, right? And it has the fisky in there. This one, the same thing, except it's broken. And this is coming off. It's loose. So what I want to do is we've got to fix this back on. Basically what's happened, where the fold is here, it's broken there, which is not unusual, but I'm pretty sure we can glue it on. Because I'd like to keep those covers. I mean, look at them. They're beautiful. So we got that, and of course the problem is we've got the tab broken off here. Once you take a clamshell apart, the best part of it is you can really clean it up, because this is a single blade. Now this is what I really think is a cool fisherman, because you got a bunch just on one blade. You've got the bottle opener, you've got the scaler, and you've got a very nice blade. This one has been used. Now this one, if you look, is another one of those, totally different tang stamp. Look at it. Imperial, Providence, USA, and it says something next to it. And I think it's a patent, the pattern on the blade. See that, the number there, the little square box? Never seen that before. So what I want to do with this guy is just take it totally apart. We can take this off and hopefully not break this clip, and we can then take the whole knife apart and clean it up the best way you can on a knife, taking it all apart. So there you go. These guys really don't need any work. Quick rub with maybe mothers. This guy, same thing. Strop, and we're all good for the fish box. And this one can make a sheath. Don't forget, giveaway. I'll tell you all about it later on. Boker. So these three guys are really don't need anything. I'm just going to go over them with mothers quickly. I did touch up some of them with 10,000, and I'm just going to rub them down with mothers, and we'll strop them, and let's see how sharp they are. Then we got to do this guy. Just want to use the mothers to smooth out the shine so it's more even. Just think it gives a better look. And there you get a smoother, way smoother shine. A lot more even. I think it's a better look. I wonder how sharp it is. Let me strop it. Yeah, It's not really sharp, but it'll do. I'm going to do the other two, and then we're going to work on this guy. Got this guy. Stropped it. Ugh. Not perfect, but they'll do. Let's do this guy. He feels sharp already. This one. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is a pretty knife. This single blade guy. But he's really shiny and that fools me. Very cool. And of course he has that liner lock. I'm not sure I like the covers on this, a little bit too thin for me. So now we have this guy. And he's the one that's got the broken scale. I've got to get this stuff off. It's on there pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is glue it on first so that it's got support before I try and get that off, because I don't want to break this. So I want to just clean this off. Let's get some alcohol. Just get the gunk off where we're going to glue. Any residue that's going to affect the gluing. And I'm going to use super glue, which I don't think affects the plastic. Forgot to show you that, but I just put some super glue on this to stop it from splitting anymore. I've got to clean it off. But it didn't affect the plastic, so that's a good thing. I don't want to cover the whole thing, but I do want to get it along the edges where this side is broken off. And I don't want a lot. Too long doing this. There we go. We'll leave that to set. And hopefully that'll hold. And now let's take this side off. Without breaking anything. What are the chances? Here goes. So if you remember on these, you got on your clamshell, you can see there, and it gives you room on this side to hook underneath and lift that little tab there. You don't want to lift it all the way, you just want to lift it enough to be able to get it off. And then this side you leave as it is, and you just pop it off by sliding it that way. You want to go slow on that thing. I've tried heating and I didn't know any difference. Well, I didn't see any difference. Let's see if we can hook it and lift it slowly. Okay. You can see it's lifted off. Hopefully you can see that. Why can't I? I've got my wrong glasses on. Hold on. Oh, look, now I can see what I'm doing. Old age. So now, I just want to slide it over there. There we go. So now I can turn it and push it up this way. And it'll come off that other end, just like that. You can see it's got a very small hook on it. All right. So now we're left with the insides. That spring. Huh. There's an extra plate in there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try this way. Can you see there? Look how the spring is sitting and it's closed. That's weird. Yeah, why is that? Oh, I want to take this apart just because I want to look at it. There is definitely another piece in here. Not sure what it's for, and I don't like the way this is sticking up. I'm wondering if that spring is broken or bent. It's definitely not doing much. It's barely. It's actually just how tight the pin is. Let's take it apart. I'm going to use my little Dremel. I don't know how much I charge the battery, but we can use it. And I'm just going to grind off the pins. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is a Dremel light. It's the little one. And I got a chuck for it. It's not from Dremel. It was from somebody else. But it works on the same principle as the Dremel one, except it's like a regular chuck that you used to on like a drill press or something like that. So you just loosen it off and tighten it up. Pretty cool. Much quicker than the Dremel one. You can see the pins coming through. Your spring is held in by this pin and that pin. It's free here, so I'm not worried about that pin right now. I'm going to do this one. There we go. The spring looks okay. Doesn't look like it's bent or anything. Huh. Maybe a little worn, but curious to see what I could see. Huh. Whoop, that went through easy. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Huh. Was right. See that? What is that for? There's this piece here that was sitting in there. Okay, so here we are here. Now this little piece here, I think it broke. It looks like it's broken, and I'm wondering, but for some reason it was in there. It sat on here like that. Oh, I think it's meant to be a support so that the spring is there. Why did they put that in? Why? And you can see why the spring was sticking out. So now this is interesting because I've just put pins to hold everything here. But if I turn this back around to there, look how high it holds the spring. I don't understand why they did that. And then this sits behind that brass piece. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me see if I can get enough light on it. If you look here, that brass piece is between the spring and the blade, the angle. So the blade is not rubbing on the spring, it's rubbing on the brass. But what I'm seeing is hardly, the spring is doing nothing. It's going to be no snap at all. I mean, I'm going to move the blade now. The spring won't even move. See that? I can feel a little bit of tension, but there's no snap at all. It should snap in there. Here you can see the plate sitting on the spring. I think the problem is the plate needs to be squared up better. I think it's pushing the spring out, so the spring is not providing any tension on the blade. But I believe this piece is in here to protect the spring, to stop it from wearing away. Pretty smart idea, because the spring or the blade will eventually wear away, and when you lose your tension, you can just replace this. So I am going to try and make this a little bit squarer. Ha! He says with confidence. I'm sorry the lights are bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it square using these pliers, and I'm going to try, wrong one, and get it a little bit squarer. And see if that helps. Let's actually put a real pin in there. See if that helps. I'm going to clean everything up and see if we can. I want to get everything clean, and let's pin it and see what happens. And if you're not sure which is the inside or the outside, if you look at this piece here, you see how it's bulging out this way, which means that's the outside because the clip goes in there. The blade sits here, so you don't want the clip sticking out. It has to have a little gap to go into. Now the real advantage to taking it all apart is, remember that when you have the liners on here and the bolster, etc., you can't clean this area up. Having it apart, you can clean it, shine it all the way along. And I've got to say that this tang stamp's pretty cool. Okay, so we got these all nice and shiny. Now we want to pin it, and hopefully this is going to work. Broke. But I think I can still make it work. Fortunately, I could flip it over and get enough edge to get it. I'm looking at the shape of the spring, and it goes thin and then fat, so that sticks up naturally unless you're going to file that down, but then you weaken the spring. Okay, so I've pinned it together. Now, when this piece broke off, I just flipped it over because there was extra on the other side, and then bent it to match the blade. Now I've got to put this pin in. So now what I have to do is squeeze this in so that I can get a pin in there. Now we've got a bit of snap to it now. See that? So now when it's open, it sticks up. But when I close it, it drops down. Interesting. Didn't drop down before, it just stayed up. Gotcha. Now, and we're going to let that sit, see what happens in the morning. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Morning. Let's see what's going on here. So there you are there. Seems okay. Although I got a gap at the back there. But I'm not worried about that. It looks nice and clean inside. I don't know if you can see. I want to put some oil on here and see if that'll help. I'm not sure if that was a factory ad or whether somebody did that. But whoever thought of it, it was pretty smart. A little better. Still, yeah, it'll go in now. I'll let it sit and soak a little bit. Let's see if we can get this off without damaging anything. Really not sure. Just going to use some 1000 grit and rub it. Because we cleaned it already, I'm going to just go over with 10,000 quickly and then mothers. Then we'll be sharpening it. So there it is with mothers. Very nice. It's a pretty knife. This is very nice. I'm glad that that's holding so far. There's a couple of gaps, but not much I can do about that. First time using. Yeah, I'm not sure. Wow. Ha! Look at that. Coolio. This, you probably saw the mail call that was just out. Was in that mail call. It's a workshop. I'm not even sure what they call it. But it's got a 20-degree guide on it. And it's really small and compact. It's got the ceramic rod, piece of leather so you can strop, and heavy and smooth. And even got a smaller one, smaller ceramic rod there. It's very cool. Okay, it's been a while since I did some leather, and I thought this is a good opportunity. Let's make a small, what I call a box sheath, your standard belt sheath, that we can put this guy on, because I think it's going to be a great ice fishing companion. This will please Mary. I'm going to put that water in there. She loves the taste of leather, allegedly. I like this stuff. It works pretty well, and it's my favorite color, the British tan. I think it's a very cool look. So there you are, campers. 4 fishermen right here. They're pretty cool. I really like these. Good addition. Good addition. The reason I say that is most of my fishermen are this size, whereas 3 of them are that size. And don't forget this guy. Unusual, but it's going ice fishing with me. That's for sure. Ah. Good projects, can't complain. Most of them, these guys, were pretty clean, right? All I had to do was a quick shine, polish, and sharpen. That was it. This guy, I'm glad it worked out because I really wanted this cover. Don't have any like this, and it's pretty. Look at that. Very cool. And it's a single blade. And of course, it had that odd thing in it. So I learned something, right? I don't know if you did, but I did. The hard way. And of course, these beasts, very nice. Good additions. They cleaned up really nicely. You know, these long blades, handy. Catch and cook. You can slice them up right there with these guys. So, you're all waiting for the giveaway, aren't you? Here's the deal. As always, we got the Boker. And this is Boker Plus Piranha. Yep. In a nice box. Just like that. And here it is here. Very nice little cutter. Look at that blade. It's a little sharp. So if you win it, be careful. And of course, it has a sheath. Nice small little sheath. And of course the clip to go into your belt. Or you could just hang it. It goes in there pretty sturdy. It's a nice tight fit. And you can pull it out. So if you want to hang it around your neck, you can do that. For me, it might be a little bit too heavy. But like I said, left or right side, you're good. So there you go. How do you win it? Well, actually, it's pretty easy. Just make sure you're a subscriber, like and share the video, and in the comments, just say, I'm in for the Boker. And there you go. In a couple of days, I'll announce it. Probably on a post and on the video that day. And then all you have to do is get hold of me, or you can find my email on my homepage on YouTube. You just got to scroll down after clicking on the more. It gives you more information. Scroll down and you'll see email. You have to click on that button, then you can send me an email. So, if you're the winner, that's what you got to do. And of course, you will be safe up there. Especially when you're playing with things like this. These are slicey stuff. So, be careful. If you like me ice fishing, your hands get a little numb. You're not that good with your fingers because they're all stiff, and before you know it, you just saying. And don't forget, like I said, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Good luck to you guys, whoever wins the Boker. It's a very nice knife, and it is Christmas, so Christmas giveaway. And of course, this is Keith's Christmas gift to all you guys. He gave this to me, support the channel. And that's his way of supporting it. He said, I have this Boker. I know it's not something you would normally use, George, but here it is. How about a giveaway for Christmas? So there you go. You can thank Keith. I owe him so much. I've been going through my knives and that, and there's a lot that I think I might use for gauze. And of course, don't forget the membership program, because if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more besides just watching, and you help the channel when you subscribe and you watch the videos, but you can help a little bit more if you would like to. Just click the join button below. It'll tell you all about the membership, the perks you get and things like that. If not, no problem. Anywho, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And we'll see you again soon.